How dare you! That's my mama!
Hello everybody, my name is Santi. My brother wanted me to go ahead and make a deck analysis for my Namekian restored cell. So here's my video. With my cell deck, I mostly want to go more for now of a beatdown kind of perspective, unlike my original Namekian type decks where I usually just recycle everything and in the end just endure myself to the victory. With this one, I just figured I'm just going to try to do as much beatdown, a little less regeneration as I could, and just trying to advance myself as fast as I could to possibly get the highest power levels and the most out of the attack. So with this deck, the first thing I would like to start off with is the Dragon Balls. We have to make sure that we have all the Dragon Balls available to our discretion so we could easily get ourselves our kicks up there, and you guys will see the kicks later. So just want to get the 7 Dragon Balls up there, get those out. With this though, what I normally do with the Dragon Balls is I actually try to banish, usually with the kick, the Namekian leaping kick, I'll try to banish usually the number 1 and number 6 balls first, and in the end see if I can somehow manage to keep my 5 ball available inside my life deck so that I can use it for my other attacks. So that's the first thing that we would like to do, is get all of our Dragon Balls set up. All 7 will be played to make sure this deck works. To move on from that, we'll go ahead and jump into our setups. We have the Namekian Wish, which is always a game clincher whenever you're entering combat with something just completely bogus in your hand. We have the Namekian Wish to easily end combat and possibly rejuvenate 1, because hopefully we'll have the 5-star Dragon Ball out there. Next thing that we have is the 1 Namekian Dragon Clan. You can only have 1 per deck. This is to try to also get out that number 5 Dragon Ball, because we will be using that to help us level up and help us in our strategy. We have the Namekian Growth. This one is, when you do get that Dragon Ball in hand and you want to hurry up and use it, or when your life deck's running thin and you just need to get something back into it. You could rejuvenate 4, you could fish out that Dragon Ball out of your hand, and also the attack, the last part of it, for the you can get out an attack if your MP is level 3 or higher. So if your MP is like, say, either 3 or 4 cell, you're able to actually get out a styled card and put it into your hand. And normally I do that for attacks to make sure I get myself a better hand advantage. I also play 1 visiting. The reason I play 1 visiting, we already have a lot of things to set up on the field. So getting out just 1 visiting, that's also just like a later game. Cells level 1 and 3 have attacks anyway, so it keeps me, going with those. That's just in case I know that they're possibly going to be playing, drills and other things. I can get out like very prime cards. If I move on to the attacks now, the attacks I have in here, and the reason I said we needed all the Dragon Balls was because obviously we need to have the Namekian leaping kicks. Now, the Namekian leaping kicks banish 2 Dragon Balls to increase yourself a level. That's very prime inside of this deck, and that's why I use them and try to keep out my Dragon Ball 5, because Cell could easily just jump up and get more attacks that way. Another clencher for this deck would be Namekian Clench. When I do, say somebody does decide to play a black type deck, or something where they could banish cards out of my deck and they try to get rid of my kicks, because it's a villain card, if it hits, I'm able to rejuvenate a style card from my banish zone, not named Namekian Clench, so it'd help me get my kick back out, put it at the bottom of my life deck, and with the greatest mastery in the world, be able to put that back on top of my life deck, so I have a better chance of kicking in the next combat. So this is a prime card. Enjoy that one a lot. The Namekian Heal Kick. The reason I use this is to help me increase my stages faster for when I'm a level 4 cell, drop down level 3, helps me get my stages back up for the combat. Also, 4 straight life cards, and the endurance is amazing on there. Namekian, we try to not get hit as much as we can, but when we do, I want to make sure that we have something to support us on there. Here's the reason why I wanted the Dragon Ball 5 out. Dragon Ball 5 with the Namekian Wrist Strike. If Gohan and Namekian Dragon Ball 5 are in play, this attack stays in play to be used a second time this combat. So with this one, if Cell's at one of his higher levels like we normally get him to, we're sitting in the F and the E categories most of the time, allowing us to get not just AT but 3 stages of damage 2 times in a row. Possibly getting a lot of life card damage, and if you work this right, you could get out in combat at least 2 of them and hit 4 times in a row with 2 cards. So that's why I like this one, and also this coordinates too with the Namekian Clench, being able to get Namekian Wrist Strike rejuvenated, and then in the next combat with the Restored Mastery, put it on top of your deck so you have it ready for that combat. So that's why I like this one. The Namekian also too, the Endurance, pretty fantastic. We got ourselves right here the Namekian Back Smash. This one attached to your MP. While attached, your named cards are considered styled for your effects. So if I'm trying to use cell 2 or use cell 4, where it says search your life deck for a styled card and place it into your hand, this turns all my cell cards into styled cards, so I'll be able to fish them out as well and help me increase my hand control and help me get the better advantage. So speaking of cell attacks, obviously we could have 2 draining attacks. With the kicks and the draining attacks, it's really quick to level up cell. And if you do get out to level 2 and have a back smash attached, then it's easy to just level yourself up to 3 and 4 and make yourself pretty quick on leveling up here. That's why I have them in here as well. Yeah, so I like those. Not endurance on them, but hey, they're pretty amazing. Since I only have one wall breaker, but this thing does come in clench when you are facing other things like say Saiyan Cell that my brother plays, and makes it to where it slows him down just that much more, and it makes it where his anger cannot go up. So if he's stuck on level 2 cell and he's wall breakered, it makes him have to try that much harder to find another way to get past it and how to get his strategy going, even though he has a lot. Next in line, we're going to show off our energy attacks. With our energy attacks, I have a very weird lineup. I do more physical than energy attacks. I like to whittle my opponent down. With this Namekian Downward Blast, your MP gains 2 stages and lower your opponent's anger 2 levels, and you also have 2 endurance on this. So I don't see why this isn't a bad idea to have in the deck, because of the fact that you're keeping your stages up, you're lowering your opponent's anger, and if you do get hit, the hit effect on this is you may place this card on the top or bottom of your life deck after use. So if you get hit, this is making it to where you get to put it on top and make it where it does less life card damage by banishing it. So this is a really prime card. I really do enjoy using it. It has saved me a few times. So I love that one there. The next one I have in here is the Namekian Handburst. I only played 2 of these. As I said, I played light energy, more physical, because it costs 3 stages. But the cool thing is, it can only be stopped by an energy combat card. So if they played like time or something like that, then here we go with like a way to get around it, and does 5 life cards damage. And the hit effect is amazing. Hit, draw the bottom card of your life deck. So if they try to have the time in their hand and completely trick you into not being able to do anything to them, this would be a juicy card to have, because bam, you get to draw the bottom card of your life deck, and it's 5 cards if you hit. I know this one's going to seem kind of weird and everyone's going to judge me for this, but I'm also playing 1 True Power. The reason for this is because, yes, the mirror match against Cell. And it's just to kind of tempt them to, taking the 10 life cards damage, because in my brother's match with him, the mirror match, always banishing cards from my life deck to get his level Cell to level 4 at the end of that combat. With this card, if I attack with it first thing, usually it would just completely wipe out my discard into the banish zone. So it's harder for him to pull off the the perfect Cell and get himself to level up. So I'd use this as kind of like a gateway to let me hit you. Now that we got the attacks out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about some of the blocks. As always in any Namekian deck, it's just a beautiful card to have. We do have ourselves 3 Namekian Flinch. The reason I love Namekian Flinch so much, get Dragon Ball back in your life deck if it's out there, or B, pull out a Dragon Ball and put one of theirs away. It's so juicy of a card. I don't see why it wouldn't be played in any Namekian deck. 3 of those would be good to have. The next one I do have is the 3 Namekian Backflip. I know this one seems kind of weird because it's not like sticking with the whole Namekian rejuvenation, but stopping a physical attack, lower your opponent's anger 1, and reveal the bottom card of your life deck. If the revealed card is non-styled, use critical damage. If you're playing with the Restored Mastery, you could really do a lot of organizing of your life deck, either the top or the bottom, meaning that this card right here could show a bottom card being a Dragon Ball, and you do A, lower your opponent's anger, and then B, reveal the bottom card and possibly get a crit. Meaning you can either steal Dragon Ball or lower their anger again. So this is also another juicy card to have against when you're playing a semi-mirror match against, like, say, a Saiyan Cell deck, which is really cool to have. The next blocks I have is 2 of the Namekian Forceful blocks. With this one, is you gain 5 stages and rejuvenate 1. This is just to get that slight rejuvenation back into your life deck. Yeah. And that's the only reason I play 2 of them too, because in this deck, as I said, it's more beatdown than anything, so we're hopefully getting the advantage on your opponent. I also play with 3 Namekian energy guards. 3 of these. It also helps with keeping your deck consistent with having more cards in your deck, so you get to shuffle the top and bottom cards of your discard pile into your life deck. So this one I think is good because this is possibly getting 2, 4, 6 more extra cards to your life deck to possibly play around with and help your consistency and keep yourself going. So I like that there. Namekian deflection. Your successful attacks that deal 3 or more life cards damage are considered to do critical damage as combat. If they try to wall breaker you, I know you can get by with the kicks, but if you're relying on the anger for any reason, 3 life card damage means you do a crit, meaning you can get that wall breaker off of you. So it's pretty amazing. It helps out with you having the draining attacks too, because you can still get your anger if you are able to hit without life card damage. It's only 3, so it's pretty awesome. 3 hybrid defense. This is the most amazing card in the deck, I think, because the fact that with this card, if you're at level 4, level 3, you know, that's how many cards you could actually get back into your deck. So I played this one because it is amazing with Cell, especially when you jump up super fast and then you're able to rejuvenate that much super fast. This is a prime card to have. So I played a full playset of that. Alright, the next and last part we're going to be going through is the actual events. We all know, like, the typical staple in any deck, the event, time. Time is a warrior's tool. Everybody has to have at least one of those if you're going to be playing. I do play with 3 stare down. 3 stare down to help out with my getting control of my opponent, being able to see their hand and trying to get rid of their biggest part of their strategy. Sometimes this helps a lot when you see, like, they all of a sudden they have their own time in their hand. You can just stop it, and with the Cell being as offensive that he is, it keeps you going and keeps you continuously battling on. I do play only one of the overwhelming power. As I said, with the mastery, if this is on the bottom of your life deck, you're able to draw it into your hand and to place 1 card from your hand at the top, bottom. Is it top of life deck? Top or bottom of your life deck. So with this one right here, you're able to pull it right into your hand. By putting it into your hand, you get to use critical damage with the overwhelming powers effect. If your MP's this card is considered styled and named for your card effects. If this card is placed to your hand by a card effect, you may use critical damage effect. That's a card effect. Use critical damage effect. If you are playing Cell, which as I said jumps up pretty quick and his power level is always high, it's awesome because it says if your MP's power level is higher than your opponent's MP power level, destroy up to 2 setups or drills. So you can choose 1 setup and 1 drill. You can choose both of them drills. You can choose just to take care of one of them off the field. Love this card. That card is very, very amazing inside of this deck. Last but not least, Cell style. Thing is with this one, it's either A, you know, they don't have any named attacks in their deck, so you get the automatic mill, or B, you do find a card in their deck and you can just completely use it against them. I played it against my brother. He plays Android 20, Orange Android 20, and he always uses 20's domination. So with this, I'm always able to pull out the domination, name an extra card in his deck, so I'm getting rid of 2 cards at this point, and then I'm able to, you know, finish off the attack if he can't stop it. So this is a very great card. The reason I love this card is because it also, as I said, it plays hand in hand with back here with the attack, the back smash, because it says while attached, your named cards are considered styled for your effects. So now this is a Cell's Namekian style, and that means if I'm at level 2 or level 4, I can easily bring it out as well. So it's a very fun thing to have. Very good consistency with this deck so far. I was doing it very great at battling at our leagues until my brother built Sand Cell, but besides that, all this, it's very consistent. It works very fluidly. The blocks are fantastic. The endurance is amazing. As I said, with the offensive Cell, if you can get that level 5, that 5 Dragon Ball out, you can just sit there and hit for days with the Namekian backhand. So backstrike. So anyways, I just wanted to show off my deck because he requested it, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you.